Actually, it's a funny story how I really discovered my love affair with chicken roast. I think the year was 1994, very eventful year. That's the year I met head chef. I think it was my first directorial venture, and we were making a comedy series and shooting it in Bombay. We were traveling from Delhi to Bombay on a train, Rajdhani. There were like a bunch of us, 10, 15 of us, cast, actors, crew, technical crew, everybody. And we were all very hungry, and the food was still a little far away, the food that the train serves, which comes with the ticket, and the dinner. But so we were, hassling the pantry staff, and we were saying, give us some food. We're all young bunch of guys. So these guys said that, okay, you see, this is not part of the meal that is included in your ticket. You'll have to pay extra, but we can make roast chicken for you. And we were like, first we were like very kind of iffy because railways making roast chicken and on the train, God knows how it will be. But when they brought the roast chicken, we guys went crazy. It was one of the most delicious roast chicken I've ever had till date. And I've had the roast chicken almost everywhere. Wherever I travel, I always try a roast chicken. Fancy restaurants, big hotels, everywhere. And of course, we ourselves, Simanti, head chef, and we both have been trying to make roast chicken in various different ways. Today, in this episode, I'm trying a new recipe, new methodology of making a roast chicken. I've never tried it before, so I'm gonna discover with you how I do it. I'm excited about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is pot roast made on a bed of cobs of corn and served with herb de Provence sauce. I have no idea how I'm going to do all this. I don't even know if I pronounced this right, but anyways, I'm excited about it because what's the worst that can happen? Disaster, kitchen disaster is my middle name. So let's get on with it. Let me first show you the ingredients, the interesting ones in this. But before that, the chicken that I'm using is antibiotics free. It's around 1200 grams, medium size, not very big, which is good. Let me show you what I'm going to marinate it in. One is this Nandu's Peri Peri wild herb sauce. There's going to be a little bit of herb de Provence, which is a mixed herbs, black pepper, some salt, and some lemon juice. Of course, it will be, like I told you, it will be cooked in bed of corns. Then I'm going to make a sauce, which will of course be with again herb de Provence and some garlic, some chilies, some cranberries, some mushrooms, onions, and I'm going to, once it's all done, right towards the end, I'm going to add some baby potatoes, some zucchini. While serving, I'm going to serve it with some lettuce and spring onions. One ingredient that I haven't told you is because this is actually something that we have made at home, and I made it actually. And this is, we had a huge bunch of cherries, red cherries, and I cooked preserve with it. And it was done with just sugar and some lemon, fresh pulp of the cherries, and mint. So it's a really tasty preserve, and I'm going to use it to flavor the roast towards the end. We're going to poke this. Squeeze this over. And I'm going to even put some inside. Some salt. There's going to be a sauce too, so not too much salt is required. Go under the skin so that the chicken beneath the skin also gets some salt. Now the next item will be this, the herb de Provence. We're just going to sprinkle a little bit of it. Some black pepper. And now the wild herb flavoring from peri peri. It's going to be a little liberal with this. So just gonna leave it there for I think just 20 minutes, half an hour, that'll be enough. The chicken has been marinating now for around 20-25 minutes. Let it marinate for another 5-10 minutes. But meanwhile, let's prepare the pot in which it's going to first get roasted, so to speak. There's going to be a two process of this. The first is what I'm going to show you now. So here's the pot that I'm going to do it in, and basically we've already halved the cobs so that they sit nicely and don't roll around. And yeah, so that's the first process. We're going to add a little water here. Maybe just half a glass to 1 glass is more than enough, just so that it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. Then I'm going to put a little olive oil, but before that I'm going to put the chicken on this and use all the marination, put it in on top, and then we're going to put a little bit of olive oil on top. We're going to add some pepper, some slices of ginger, and some wedges of lemon into this, so that when it steams, when the water will release the steam when on the gas, so all this flavoring will also get into the chicken and of course the corn. So you don't need to really take out the skin because we're just putting it for flavoring. We're going to chuck it out after it's done. Again, I'm not going to squeeze it in, I'm just going to stuff it in. And the last thing that goes into it is the black pepper. You just put the whole black pepper, no need to crush it. And that's all you need to do. Cover it and then we just put it on the gas. Approximately for 20-25 minutes is all, because the chicken is not going to get brown over here in this process. This is just the first step, and so just 20-25 minutes. We don't want to totally cook the chicken right now. Let's put it on the gas. So that's it. So the water is going to release the steam, and it's going to cook the corn, but also it's going to flavor the chicken and also cook it to some extent. And then we will do the browning of the chicken. But we also need to make the sauce. So for that, we need to prep a little bit, and let's do that while this is getting cooked. Like I said, that I'm also discovering this recipe and I'm kind of making it along with you. So I forgot that I also wanted to put some potatoes in it right at this time when I'm kind of steaming the chicken. So I'll just open it and add some potatoes in it. Also will get a nice flavoring. I'm not going to put all of them because just me and head chef, that will also cook with this. And let's get down to now chopping and prepping other stuff that will go in the sauce. Herb de Provence sauce Essentially, it asks for very little, and basically you're just supposed to make it with, some butter, olive oil, and put this along with some red pepper and garlic, and maybe some onion and cream. It doesn't really ask for any veggies as such, but I'm going to add some mushrooms and some zucchini because I'm trying, and because head chef wants me to eat some more greens with my meats. So that's something that we're just going to add, but you don't need to if you don't want to. I'm going to put all of this here, in that pan in which there was all that marinade. So this can also get coated. We need some zucchini. Mushrooms will need to be sauteed a bit, but zucchini will just need to be sauteed very little. Garlic, we need to crush the garlic. Not going to chop it. We just need to crush it so that it releases flavor when put in the oil. I like a lot of garlic, so I use a little more. This is done. Now let's go and check on the chicken. It's been around 15 minutes or so. I think it's going to be here for another 15 minutes. Not too much, like I said. So let's see how it's looking now. Oh, lovely fragrance is coming out. There is no need to turn the chicken around. This is being done more for flavoring. It's been another 5 minutes, and since I do not want it to be overcooked, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just poke it and see how far it has come. I think another 5-10 minutes would be good. Let that cook, and I'm going to make the sauce in this. So the first thing we do is add a little butter. So just a little bit of herb de Provence and some red pepper, some garlic, and then some olive oil, maybe 2-3 teaspoons of olive oil. I'm going to put this whole onions into it. You can add chopped onions if you want, but I just like it whole. Add some mushrooms. Like I said, you don't need to add the veggies. I'm doing it because I have been instructed to eat more veggies with my meats. You can make the sauce just with whatever I put so far, without the veggies. Meanwhile, let's see what's happening with the chicken. Yummy fragrance is coming from there. So you just saute the mushrooms a bit, and onions should become a little soft. Let's check on our chicken meanwhile. Let's see what's happening there. Amazing fragrances. I think potatoes are also done. Yeah, and the chicken is also done. Yeah. So I'm going to switch this off and let it sit for 5 minutes while we prep the sauce. I'm going to put in the zucchini now. I have no idea what I'm doing. No, nothing. Not a clue. Taken out the corn. We don't need this. I'm going to chuck this out. Now in the pan, in the pot, basically there's chicken and there's some potatoes, both of which I want to brown a little. But before that, all this juice that you see, I'm going to strain it out and I'm going to add it to the sauce. because it's got a nice stalk. That's what's left. We're going to add some oil to it and then brown it. Meanwhile, let's add this to the sauce. Slow fire. Put the remote here. Add some olive oil. And we're just going to turn it around a little after a while. Just let the one side get brown and then turn it around. Sauce is coming along fine. One more thing, like in case you can't find, it's very easily available on Amazon and anywhere, but in case you can't find herb de Provence, then or you don't want to or use it or whatever, so you can just make a mix of various dried herbs. The veggies are nicely sauteed. The onion is also soft. What we're going to do is we're going to add some fresh dairy cream into it. Let it cook, get a little brown from the other side. I'm going to taste the sauce. I think it's done. Salt is fine. For me it's fine. It's a little low, but it's good. It's really nice. It's really yummy. Obviously the pot roast is not going to be as brown as if it was done in an oven. And also because this recipe we have already, it's quite cooked, I think I'm going to take it off the gas. The chicken is done, almost done. I'm going to add some cranberries and a little bit of homemade red cherry preserve with mint. Not too much. I have decanted the chicken and placed it on top of the corn. I'm going to pour some sauce on it now. Nice thick sauce. Some fresh basil. My veggie guy has been getting us some really good basil. Nice big leaves, fragrant, and going to put one onion over here, onion over there, and we have some greens to go with it, and some sourdough bread, which is a raisin and nuts bread. And let's see now how's the chicken tasting. A little bit of sauce, basil. Not bad. Quite nice. Very different. Chicken is done really well. With a lot of flavors bursting into it. See, it's nicely done. The texture is very good. Interesting taste. A lot of flavors bursting into it. The herbs, the lemon, all other, the pepper, everything. I think this is a good recipe. I'm not too sure. Maybe it needed to brown a little more, but I was a little worried that it might get burnt, so I didn't do it. That is pot roast on cobs of corn and served with some herb de Provence sauce and some greens and some sourdough. So that's it from me this week. Let's see what head chef has up her sleeve for the next episode. Please subscribe if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed. Please subscribe to our show. We have a lot of interesting recipes like this one. Remember, be careful with the knife.
Ciao, ciao.